According to YouTube statistics, only a small percentage of people that watch my videos are actually subscribed. So if you end up liking this video, consider subscribing. It's free, and you can always unsubscribe.
The Grinch was being a chill guy when suddenly the Rizzler came searching for him, forcing him to have his knee surgery. After the knee surgery, he took some Ozempic, causing him to increase his aura and rizzing up every fine shit that was passing by. To congratulate himself, the Rizzler decided to eat a double chunk chocolate cookie, and he started sipping on still water and edging a mango in order to prepare himself for his winter arc. If you give the chill Grinch a low taper fade, you might think that his aura would increase, but that's not actually the case. Most people's Riz would increase with a low taper fade, since it's designed to make the Huzgoon everywhere. But when the Grinch gets a low taper fade, he could easily start edging instead of gooning, putting the barber at serious risk. If the YN Grinch bulked up on Gedig Dang Dajadeo nuggets for his winter arc, it might seem safe to say that no amount of bruz with low taper fades could take away his aura, but that's not totally true. You see, when your average nonchalant dreadhead eats Gidaj Dagadeo nuggets, he gains $1 million worth of aura points, giving him the ability to rizz up all of the Huz while phantom taxing still water from Gayat Senate. But when the YN Grinch eats Gedij Daj Dagadao nuggets, it causes him to have to cancel his knee surgery, meaning that he wouldn't have the ability to work out for his winter arc. To this news, the Grinch would start crying still water tears and wouldn't be able to put down the cup, which would make the Grinch want to challenge Freak Bob in a boxing match, with John Pork as their mighty skibidi judge. And this is what would happen if Luigi Ghiaccione eliminated the knee surgery CEO Brian Grinchson to get revenge on John Pork in Fortnite. You might think that Diddy's knee surgery would be cancelled, but that's not actually the case. If Luigi were to mog Brian Grinchson, he could potentially get caught by the secret cameras that were in the city of Tilted Towers. But what Luigi had in mind actually tricked all of the Fortnite AUG map. Luigi was in fact a YN, meaning he had a mask to cover his face wherever he went. But there would be one occasion where YN Luigi Ghiaccione would be caught without his mask. This would be on the security camera of the Skibidi Hotel where he was staying, where he would be caught rizzing up the Huz at the Skibidi Hotel reception. After hearing this, P. Diddy would finish sipping on his still baby oil and would pick up the phone to make an appointment to get his massive low taper fade. And this is what would happen. A knee surgery would create a massive riot amongst the chill bruz with low taper fades, which would cause all of the Huz to run towards the nonchalant dreadheads. To this news, the YNs built up a massive amount of Balkan rage and decided to call Freak Bob, who gathered all of the Crash Out guys for a massive revenge on the nonchalant dreadheads. But the only problem was that the Crash Out guys hadn't got their jaw surgery for looks maxing, meaning that if they were to challenge the nonchalant dreadheads, they would have gotten brutally mogged. This would have led the Crash Out guys to become chill guys, and they would decide to bulk up on Giddigidigidigadeo nuggets and sip still water without the ability to put down the cup. But this would have meant that the YNs had no other choice but to rizz the nonchalant dreadheads Gaiats, leading the YNs and the nonchalant dreadheads to have a massive boxing match on the 17th of December 2024. And the winner of this fight would be Dekibop Demdiga, said the chill Grinch after finding a gold scar in OG Fortnite. But the problem with the Grinch was that tomorrow he had a knee surgery from Dr. Cursed Plankton. This would cause the Grinch to instead get a low taper fade to prepare him for the TikTok Riz party. But at the Riz party, there would be no Chick-fil-A sauce, meaning that Big Justice and Big AJ would have to bring the double chunk chocolate cookies alongside alongside some mangoes and still water. Thick of It by K-Sci would be played at the TikTok Riz party, meaning that all of the huzz and the bruz would mog each other. But after the mog off, the YNs would stop watching the Talk Twa podcast and would start watching Kai Sinat's Gyat Thon 2 stream, which would include Jinxie and Vexbolt's 1 versus Oneing in Rainbow Zempic Siege to see who would be cooked first. But at the end of stream, Mr. Beast would give out feastable bars to all of the people in the world, from the huzz to the bruz, from the YNs to the nonchalant dreadheads, from the Rizzlers to the Sigmas, carrying the low taper fade meme into 2025. I like my suitcase, said the chill Grinch as he was rizzing up Kaisenat's Gayat while edging Freak Bob in Ohio. But the problem was that the chill Grinch could only go to Riz school after Phantom taxing John Pork's lunchly. But John Pork wasn't happy with this, causing him to goon the huzz and ordering a double chunk chocolate cookie with a massive load of still water. John bulked up to the point where his aura was increasing uncontrollably, which led to the low taper fade price inflating and becoming $2 million. To get the money for the massive haircut, John Pork decided to sell all of his Gidaj Dijdajadao nuggets to the YNs, who went on to devour the Gidaj Dijdajadao nuggets, which gave them Riz for the huzz. The Gidaj Dijdajadao nuggets were so Gidaj Dijdajadao that the nuggets themselves started rizzing up the huzz too. And this is what would happen if Edger said the Skibidi Sigma Bruz to the huzz while he was fluzz his private juzz to Ohio. But during his flight, the Skibidi Bruz had a private chef that kept singing, "Cooking with Grinchy, cooking with Grinchy, cooking with Grinchy." The chill Grinch chef would cook unlimited mangoes, Jedija Dage Dagadao nuggets, and even still water for the Bruz. But what the Bruz didn't know was that Grinchy would secretly put some massive amount of Balkan rage and noradrenaline inside his food, causing him to go on his winter arc and start his looks-maxing journey. But on his rest days, the Bruz would download the Don Polo Chicken Chase game and would edge while playing the game. He would have so much fun that all of the huzz would become attracted to him, causing the massive Bruz to build a netherite ingot armor to protect himself. And this was exactly what would happen after the Bruz said Ekibop Demdiga, said the chill Grinch after finding a gold scar in OG Fortnite. But the problem with the Grinch was that tomorrow he had a knee surgery from Dr. Cursed Plankton. This would cause the Grinch to instead get a low taper fade to prepare him for the TikTok Riz party. But at the Riz party, there would be no Chick-fil-A sauce, meaning that Big Justice and Big AJ would have to bring the double chunk chocolate cookies alongside some mangoes and still water. Thick of It by K-Sci would be played at the TikTok Riz party, meaning that all of the huzz and the bruz would mog each other. But after the mog off, the YNs would stop watching the Talk Twa podcast and would start watching Kai Sinat's Gyat Thon 2 stream, which would include Jinxie and Vexbolt's 1 versus Oneing in Rainbow Zempic Siege to see who would be cooked first. But at the end of stream, Mr. Beast would give out feastable bars to all of the people in the world, from the huzz to the bruz, from the YNs to the nonchalant dreadheads, from the Rizzlers to the Sigmas, carrying the low taper fade meme into 2025.